Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Claire, thank you for watching. I thought today I would do you a little rundown of my top 10 favourite houseplants at the moment. I had a delivery the other day, so I've got some new ones in the collection that you might not have seen before, and just run through the reasons why I like these particular plants, a little bit of care info that I do that works for mine, and it's basically just me showing off my pretty plants. Let's just do it, let's get into it. So the first plant I wanted to show you is my Calathea lancifolia, which is also known as the Calathea Rattlesnake. I got this one from Botanical Norwich a few videos ago. I will link that in the bio. I had issues with Calathea. They are pretty needy plants. Somebody once told me that they're a great beginner plant. I do not agree. But I've decided to bring them back into my collection, and I love this one just because of the markings that are on its leaves. It's got these beautiful, almost spotty texture, and then the beautiful purple underside. I just think they're really cool. I love the way that in the daytime when they're trying to soak up a load of light, they open up nice and wide, and then in the evening they close up so that they can reserve a little bit of energy. I would recommend that if you're getting a Calathea, that they do pretty well in bright and direct light. So mine is in a north-facing room, north-facing window. I water her so that she's pretty moist. So if I ever feel the top layer of soil is drying out, then I will give her a little water, make sure that she has everything she needs so that she doesn't have to be finicky and naughty. She's very naughty. So that's my first plant. Plant number 2 is my Alocasia Silver Dragon, Alocasia BAGINA. And I mean, look at the size of that leaf. So I brought this baby home and she had leaves maybe about this big. And then all of a sudden she's just popped out that massive leaf. There's my hand. So you can kind of tell it's pretty much the size of my hand. And okay, I have small hands, but still. I feel like that's pretty big. I love Alocasia. I love this one in particular because it just looks so out of this world, like somebody painted it and that it's not real. I love the fact that it's got beautiful purple underside of the leaves. Can I show you that? Yeah, there it is. And it's just really beautiful. I really think they're really cool plants. This one again, I try and keep moist during the summer. So if I feel the top layer of soil, maybe up to my second knuckle, is dry, then I'll give her a little water. And I have her in a south-facing room, but pulled back from the window because Alocasia love bright light, but not directly because otherwise it scorches their pretty leaves, which we do not want. I also mist her quite regularly because they like a lot of humidity. So if they're not in a bathroom, get your mister out. Get them on a pebble tray, humidifier, whatever you use, but make sure they've got that humidity. Plant number 3 is my SCINDAPSUS PICTUS, my Satin Pothos, which is a trailing plant. It can be used to vine like I'm doing with mine at the moment, or you can put it up a moss pole as well, whatever works for you. This was actually bought for me a few weeks ago by a friend as a housewarming present because we just moved house. And I just love the leaves on these little babies. I love that mottling of the silver, the green. They grow really fast. So all of this is new growth since I got a home. There's new growth here, there's new growth here. It's all over the place. So these go wild. If you like something that's fast growing, easy to propagate as well, you just cut off vines when they get to a point where they're either too long for what you like as your aesthetic, or whatever you want to do really. Like if you just want to give people some plants, then they're really easy to propagate. Keep it moist at the moment. They're pretty resilient actually, pothos. Like you can just give them a bit of time. If I don't water it, I don't worry so much. I do miss this one as well. They can survive in lower light conditions. So if you have a corner that's a little bit darker, but you'd love a plant to go there, these guys could be the one. You can also put them in bright indirect light as well. Mine is currently in a west-facing window. I had to work that out, a west-facing window, and she's doing really well there. So maybe a west-facing window for your one as well. So plant number 4 is my ANTHURIUM CLARINERVIUM, which I bought because it has my name in the title. This is a fairly new plant, so she's still recovering a little bit from shipping. I think she's in a bit of shock. They're also called a velvet cardboard plant, because, what am I saying? Mainly because their leaves are really soft and they have that gorgeous velvet texture. It's just incredible. And the markings on these, look, it's the size of my face. I just think it's so beautiful. The veining, the white or cream on the green leaf is just beautiful. There's another leaf that's a little bit darker. This one's the newest one, so it's a bit greener. Actually, that is a gorgeous little leaf there as well. So these guys are evenly moist again. Miss this guy just so that they get a little bit of humidity. Think about their environment in the wild. They're used to tropical forest floor, rainforest. So that's kind of what we want to emulate in the home. This one is also in my west facing window, doing really nicely. So yeah, pretty plant. Plant number 5 is my string of turtles, or my Peperomia prostrata. This one is still a baby plant, so she's got a lot of growing to do, but I just think that these little guys, these little tendrils that are coming out with all of those baby leaves on, are just so cute. She's actually growing really, really fast. Oh, she maybe needs watering a little bit. Maybe I'll do that after this. She's growing really fast. All of these sort of darker leaves are the ones that are new. So she's just going wild. She's actually in a south-facing window, but pulled back a little bit. Kind of similar a little bit to succulents, I think, with their care, because she doesn't really need watering huge amount, maybe like once a week, maybe not even that, just if the soil feels dry again. And they're pretty tolerant. This one's a fast grower. I've heard from other people that they can be slower. So I'm just hoping that this one continues to go nuts because it's really cute. Plant number 6 is my Alocasia BAGINA Pink Dragon, which again is another new plant. I got it the other day from plants.com. And I just think this plant is so beautiful. It's got gorgeous green leaves with those really amazing veins on the front. The underside of the leaves is this really beautiful sort of darky purple colour. The lighting in this room is making it look greener. I can assure you it is pretty dark purple. And then the stems are this beautiful pink colour. As you can see, here is my new crazy leaf that is, can I just move that one out of the way, that is growing out the side. I love it when Alocasia, some of the Monstera, my Adansonii, does this occasionally where the leaves get caught and then they do this weird coming out thing. I also really love this pot that I've got it in. I think I got this pot in the garden center. No, I got it at Homebase. So a really nice little pot to go in to kind of go with that tropical jungly vibe that I'm trying to get with this plant. Again, same as with other Alocasia. Keep her moisture in the summer. This one is in a south-facing window but pulled back, so she's getting some really bright but indirect light so it doesn't scorch her leaves. Plant number 7 is my Marble Queen Pothos. Ooh, she is rattling around in her pot. Again, same as with my Satin Pothos. I just love the markings on this one. This gorgeous sort of creamy white colour, speckled all over the green. I just think it's really striking. She's a fast grower. She can be a trailing plant. She can be a moss pole or climbing plant. I haven't really worked out what I want to do with her yet, but she's in this pot, which I'm planning to hang on the wall. So maybe I let her trail. Easy to propagate. She has put out at least 4 new leaves since I had her home, which has only been maybe like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Really easy to look after. If you forget to water her, she's not overly fussy. I do try and make sure that as soon as those top 2 layers of soil, just up to the second knuckle on my finger, go dry, then I'll give her some water. And I do give her a little bit of humidity, give her some mist as well. She's in a south-facing room, but way back from the window, and she's doing fine there. So she doesn't have to be in that bright indirect light. She's in a sort of medium light situ. Plant number 8. And I'm gonna put it out there. I think this one might be my favorite. Is my Alocasia Cucullata Red Secret. So this plant has what I think are some of the most beautiful, unusual leaves that I've ever seen. They are a burgundy red wine purple but almost iridescent. So they're shiny, they're shimmery. It's still got some beautiful veining on it. The backside of the leaf is that really beautiful dark purple. And then the stems are green. So it has this gorgeous contrast with itself. Again, I love this pot that I've got it in. I think this one was TK Maxx. Go down to Homesense. They've got some great stuff going on. I just absolutely adore her foliage. I just think it is insane. I'm also noticing that she maybe needs a bit of a leaf clean. But as you can see, even in this light, there's almost like a shimmer that comes off. Just think she is badass. Love this plant. Can I even get this guy? He's all the way around the back. So plant number 9, which I'm not even sure I can get completely in shot, is another Alocasia. This one is the Cucullata, or the hooded dwarf elephant ear. So slightly smaller than the usual Alocasia leaves. Chinese tower is another name for it as well. This one actually lives in my daughter's room. So it's got this really cute little panda pot because her room has a safari theme. So I'm really liking this vibe. This is from a Dobbies as well, this pot. So actually the plant was as well. I got them at the same time. There's a nice little addition to her room. This is a new leaf that we've had coming in. So this one is just figuring its way out in the world. And again, I just really like the shape of the leaves on this one. Not particularly overly striking in terms of their markings, but they have this almost like spade pointy tip and then a larger, wider edge, which I think is just really beautiful. And I think I just like the combination of this plant in its little pot. This one I keep in a north-facing window, but actually just off. So it's on a little table that's just outside of the window. And it is growing, it is doing fine. So I guess it's enjoying that bright light that doesn't necessarily need to be super bright. Mid-light, let's say it's in a mid-light situation and it's doing really good. Plant number 10, my final plant, is my Boston Fern, or sword fern. I can never get this right, hold on. NEPHROLEPIS exaltata. Now, there is a bit of a story behind this plant because when I bought my Boston Fern, I didn't realise that ferns in general, but particularly this guy, can be quite picky. I say quite picky, they can be horrifically picky and very dramatic and very needy. Basically like me. So I brought it home. I didn't know what I was doing with it. I got it quite early on in my plant collection and the poor little guy nearly died. It got really brown, really crispy and just looked really sad. I repotted it, which I think was an error because it didn't really need repotting. I just thought there was maybe something wrong with the roots. There wasn't. Turns out I was just not getting the care right. Because this guy is so needy, it likes to be watered a lot. So I water it maybe twice a week in summer because it likes water. It is thirsty. It's also really into its humidity. So if I don't mist it really regularly, like a couple of times a week at least, then it gets crispy real quick. So I just had to adjust how I was looking after it and how I was taking care of it. And then as soon as I did, it went wild. It is literally got, this is all new growth just coming out the middle. And I think this summer it has maybe trebled in size. So we obviously understand each other now. And that is why I had to include it in my top 10 favorite houseplants at the moment, because I feel like now we are best mates. We get each other. I love it. It loves me back. And this one I keep in a bathroom because it loves humidity. It isn't just a downstairs toilet, so it doesn't have like the shower or the bath. So I just missed it as well. So I give it as much as I can whenever I can. And she is now giving me lots of love. And all of that, look, there you go, there's those new tendrils, which are slowly taking over my downstairs toilet, which is great. So guys, that ends my top 10 favourite houseplants at the moment. Thank you for watching if you did so all the way to the end. Let me know if any of these guys are in your top 10 favourite houseplants at the moment, or maybe they're on your wish list. Or let me know ones that are on your top 10 that I don't have in mine. Let's compare, let's make notes. If you could like, comment, subscribe, as always, that's really helpful. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one.